to Johann chapter 4. And I want to ask you a question.
Masalah si sudah si teacher.
How many here desire to share about Yeshua with an unsaved person?
Mope ma ahi sudah si kau mope si isho ke ma si je ni ma huda si isho ke ma kiam huda je cuma ngoto le dili salah ngosi cuma ngosin hinu kau. Mope si isho ke kiape.
Now, how many find that idea a little bit scary?
Mope ma kena ma le isho ke ye si de li sa ngone he ma si isho no sa sena si che de ki hu kau no. Mope kambi no pe.
Me too. It's a natural thing for that to seem a little bit scary. I think part of that is that Satan does not want us to do it.
Ni sana pesi che mi de ma sana kena pe lo isho ke ye de si ne ma ona pe si che lo ve kau he mana de pesi che mi te ma sana pe peslu no ma asi mi pia chu mi na te sana pesi cho cho lo kau.
But I want to share some things today. And at the end of our time together, I hope that you are thinking, oh, you know, that's not so hard as I thought.
Mina sala si show si teacher tanda mina ha sana da no cholo na ba si ni ka kyasa ko na ma da pising ye thoa na ha sana da pelo me teacher si na ha sana ye pe to.
Sometimes when we think about sharing about Yeshua, sometimes we think, I don't know if I know enough to do that.
Ni de matne na da kena na esina si isho ko ne a ko so si da ite isho lango sin he ade kya si ba mana te de matne na da pising ye lo pli pe to mina ba si isho na ma ba isho lo pli che to.
What if there's something I don't know about?
Ni kena ba isho lo ke na ha sana da kena si sing ye lo pli to ne ma ashu da Jesus si ko ne ma hi cho chem pa to ami pa te.
We're going to talk about some things this morning that will take away a lot of that pressure.
Ni ma tana na sai so pe no da pe ngi na ma pelo si cheto ba ayeto ai sana ayu ke sa ngi na ma sana sai so pe stiki ba.
You know, when I was first saved, I was in the army living in a barracks. You know what a barracks is? It's just a place where
the soldiers live.
Where soldiers live.
Ni dama ite sara ji jo mrango no ko heba na ken ma sara au asana da au dama klau hiku no pono ko.
This was down in Texas.
Ma bana ken ma esi order ma dot testiku.
When I was first saved, I was so excited about knowing Yeshua that I wanted to share it with other people.
Wada ma ba sara no haji so chom rango no hema da asana amisi pleka the pre o na ha sana da sa si cho ne da ko si lo pli da ma Yeshua lango ko.
One of the problems was that whenever I shared with someone, I thought that they would get saved, and if they didn't get saved then I felt like I had failed.
Ibana kena ma sara ngi na ma tne ko he kena ne ma sara isho ka ko so si ni se lang ba atne na ma sana te na ma ide aji ba sho tho ne ma ji de pa atne ma na sara ma tne na kena ne ai sho esi batte ma tho ba esi na ji chong no ngo to ba a o ke se ri ba khale ba na ne ma sana sara ngi na ma tne na hu de ite atne pti ga anne ga sana hu aba mi che pe to atne ko.
The gospel is so wonderful that we think that as soon as we tell someone that they're going to become a believer, just like that.
มีเตมาลิซ่าเซนฮะโอนายอิชโฮเปฮูดาอะไรลอปลิงเนี่ยมีมูเรเนี่ยเปอะเซนฮูดาอะฮิโมเอเป็นฮะเปตินีนะกินเปชูกะเยซิดาโรซีเนมาเอซินมาอะจีกะเดมาอิเตจุมเรอะออลยาซินปาฮู
In that place where I lived, in that barracks, every Sunday morning, men would go into this one room and sit down, and they had a television. There would be a television that was playing something Sunday morning.
ยินดีมาสระปาเดอเทสกุนฮะมาเอซิกลาวฮิกุนก็มันคินมามันดมอลีเนี่ยมาเอซีน่าเดกลาวผู้ครูสิเทนมาเอซีเฮจัดอุปลอชิลูเดฮิกุก็มาบันมาเดฮิกุมาสนะทีวีรุก็มาทีวีแต่ไม่มาปนันมันโดนเนี่ยมาอามิโมทีวีก็
And I can remember one morning there was a preacher on the television, and he was talking about this, and he said, it doesn't work like that. People don't often get saved the first time you talk to them.
บันเคนมาตันเคนมาเดทีวีกูนฮะมาอิเตอาสนะสระดูเอาอาเฮอร์ทีวีกูเพลย์ก็ให้มาเอซีเพลย์ฮัตรานะปะอาเฮน่าเดอาเฮอริกาเดเกเรนในโชกเยซีเลเซสลังโกเซียรัตคือเนี่ยมาเดเอซีจีโตเอซีจีเพลย์โตอาเฮโชลุง
So I've learned over the years that we have to be very, very patient with people.
มันน่ะสร้างเงินว่าโอน่าสร้างหนาทุบปุ่นว่าสร้างเดอสิ่งนี้แล้วอันนี้นะเดอกินในปีโชกเกสิลิสร้างงูสินเนี่ยมาสร้างเบบีปอชิมเมนสร้างเบบีสิบล้อทูก็สร้างเบบีปอชิสิก็
And I've also learned some other things from listening to this one Bible teacher from out in California.
พอเดอสร้างอันนี้ดาอิเตเพลฮอตราเพลเดอร์แคลิฟอร์เนียเพลนะว่าโอน่าสร้างไอโชเอาโอน่าฮอตรานะว่าสร้างนะว่าอัตโนมัติเนี่ยเดอไอลิสวนกูก็
He's very good and very wise.
มาสร้างดูตัวเพลนมาสร้างอาฮิเจนเนี่ยตัวสร้างสิ่งนี้อินเนี่ยก็
And he has taught in many churches about this thing that we are talking about.
ตัวมาสร้างดูเพลนมาโอน่าอิสวาอินเนี่ยเดอเอ็นมาชอบตัวพูดว่าอิสวาเดอมาสระกุสินก็เห็นว่าสิอิสวามาเดอมาเป็นไม่สิ่งเงี้ยตันนั่นตัวกู
So some of the things that I'm going to be sharing this morning are things that he has talked about.
ตัวมาตันมาสระลิโชเปสิเห็นมาเดอมาสระดูตัวเพลเดอร์แคลิฟอร์เนียไอโชทัวร์ไอซอทัวร์เอาซอทัวร์ก็
And his name is Greg Kuko.
มาสระดูตัวเพลมีหนูมาเดอเกรกคุก
So in John chapter 4, I'm just going to tell first what is happening here.
บับพูดมาสระอิโชเปเดอร์บริษัทบับพูดมาทอเทคใช่ตีน
Now, you've heard me mention about a place in Israel called Samaria.
มันเป็นยี่ห้อน้องทอกับมาเดอสไลด์โชเปเดอดออิสราเอลกูนมาอาสนะดอกเตลตัวดอมีนามาสมาเรีย
This is a place where a foreign king, a long time ago, a foreign king took Jews, he captured them and took them to his country.
นี่มาบ้าตัวพูนมาเดอเอซิควีนมาเดอจูรุพูควีมาตัวก็เฮเอซิควีขอดีตัวพูนมาอาเฮอาซาปืนล็อกแกมาจูรุพูสินะบ้าอีกแค่เสด็จเอซิดอกูก็
And the place where he took them from, he brought people into that place in Israel that were not from Israel at all.
นี่บ้าคุยตัวพูนมาปืนนี่เราโทรแกจูรุพูสินะเฮเนี่ยอีกเทกโซลูนะฮะอาสนะบ้าจูรุพูสิทักเกกูนะฮะมาคุยพูนมาอันนอโอเกเซนันเดมาอาคูบุจิสิเตเฮก็
So this place here is called, that place in Israel is called Samaria.
มาบ้าตัวพูนมาเดอเตจูรุพูปัตเพลตัวก็เฮมาเดอบ้าพูนมาเอซิดอตัวพูนมามีนาสมาเรีย
And their religion was it was the religion of the Jews, but because they were a foreign people, it was a little bit different.
Ni mada me mete esi order ma do jurfusi thaki ku ne he me na ha esi na ha ale kucho besi na ma sana al preji na ma ser ri na jurfusi ba na me mete esi na ma jurfu ma to na ha ma leji na ma sana akot ki go.
And there were always problems between the Judapu and the people of Samaria.
Me na ha ma mete esi na jurfu ma to na ha sana esi o na pya na uditi na da ma ite jurfu se ophu esi dos ti na go.
But on this day, Yeshua was traveling to a certain place, and instead of going around Samaria, he made sure he went right through it.
Ni ba da pho na ma ba ke ba asha ke ba pho ma ba Yeshua ite amecho is ite solo is salango he ba bana ke na ma sana Yeshua na ma sana chota ba ke na do ma ni me go ha sana mana Yeshua no ha cha ku no da ma esi do ku go.
And he talked to a Samaritan woman at this well, this water well.
Ba aku no to da do ku no ha hem impe shu me tha shu ma promote pre and ma jur hu mo to ma smear ne pu promote pre ma auda amecha ite phya ka tha dei tha.
The disciples of Yeshua had gone into I think they had gone into the city to, I think, buy food.
Ma Yeshua ku biche si te hinama ku no da esi do Samaria ku bite ma sana da asi ku no pri ta te si go.
Anyways, that's not important. The important thing is that when the disciples came back, Yeshua was speaking to the disciples.
Ma esi me te ma sana Yechi to ma na Yechi pe basic ni na ma da ba esi pri to ta te ne he ba ka kya me tha se Yeshua na ma Yeshua ba na ma ai be shu na promote ma Samaria promote pre go.
And Yeshua was talking to the disciples about reaping a harvest of grain. You know, when grain grows up, it looks, you can tell by the color that it's ready to reap.
Abana kena masra amdo ide Yeshua no hai shoda ku busa si te himada asana da ma si sho bo si no go he bana kena ma si be me ma kena ambe to adu atwa ne ma bana kena si be me ide dutu ke luwa.
Yeshua was talking about sharing the gospel with others and gathering in the harvest of them becoming believers.
Ani asana da si ke bo to ba si phyak da sana he bana ma sana Yeshua no ma si swa si me te ne ma sana da esinema abel iswa ite ahoda ra thoi shu ke si le sang si to ne tho ne ma si be opo me shu go he opo me the base plot tun ba sana da esi me tha ka se phya da ka se ma da ki ma ku na ji jom ra ngo si thi ba.
I think you're familiar with that song that we sing sometimes. It's called, I think you've sung it in Korean.
Yeah.
Anybody know what song I'm thinking of?
Masi mana the post so he's not talk about him. Yeah, sewing in the morning.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We will come rejoicing, bringing in. So that's when you go out to harvest the grain, you cut it down, and you bring it back in.
Mana chorus the pono go ma ba I hear the I hear no prete ke kya bopu I hear no ma huh to kya te bopu
to ka butu
bono ke ma sana da si ke tho sa phya ka.
So Yeshua is going to use this to teach the disciples a very important lesson.
Mino ha Yeshua no ha si so lu ma te da to po me de ma sana hu da si swa ka khu che si ma be de du te go.
Tabla, would you read verse 36? That's Johann 4 and verse 36.
Did you know that the Bible, if you click on it, there's a reader that reads it?
I actually don't.
Wait, Poloni. See, it's 36, right?
Uh-huh. Huh.
So bebe, preke butu preneur,
Yeah, it's all of the verse that's in the Bible. Like you click on it and
It
it
doesn't
just
play the
play.
whole chapter?
It does. Like
Where?
you click the verse and then if you're on the next verse, you just click on it.
Oh, you can highlight the verse and play the verse?
Yeah, or you can just do this. This is the whole verse, and you just play, and it plays from like the beginning.
Oh, see, I thought it only played the whole chapter.
Oh no, you can click on it and
That's
it
nice.
plays it. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Tabitha, would you read verse 36? Thank you.
Yoha amadu rima aku so chola so swa kunya ye jombe preke ber te prena ani be aqua akiro adia uplo te pu te hide amya ma ho te chu pre ani ye ne ho punera pre is hober ye na preke ber ye te ni lo ku te khru ro lo lupa.
Here, Yeshu is talking about two groups of people that are involved in a harvest. Can you see the two groups?
Masih thở với mà đỡ bơ phụ nó mái chụp về mà đỡ bơ pelu thì tất cả bút gì bề phía cả cái cả bơ phụ nó mà à sao nó ấy phụ nó phụ mà ăn premi nữa thì nè.
What are the two groups that you see there?
Nhưng mà ấy phụ nó phụ ấy upre nó mà một bề nè. The one that plants it and then the one that sow it?
Yes. The ones that plants and the ones that pick the harvest.
As you point up mà sao nó apre cho thì và đó apre cái cặp cho đó cái thì.
So he says there are some that plant and there are others that reap.
Bây giờ khi mà Yeshua nó mà chua cũng chỉ nó đó hay na bây giờ khi mà ite upre cho si mà ute he to ba đó as you upre cái gặp cho đó cái thì mà ute he go.
Now, I think everyone here knows, because a lot of you have been involved in large gardens, even in Burma.
Nhưng mà sao nó hasi sao si nghe mấy cái vấn đề mà si sao nó ôi nếu mà đó si short thì một cái phô si nữa.
You plant, then you have to water, then maybe you have to fertilize the plants.
Nếu mà basic như thôi có hay sao thì mà đó cái này basic short thì một cái phô si nếu mà bị short thua nếu mà bị dư bị thì cho dư nó thở, tao này đó bị mình rèn sẽ hệ mực si nữa thì nữa.
There are other things that we sometimes have to do. If it's a fruit tree, you have to prune the trees, cut the branches down to the right length.
Nhưng mà nóพูดพวกมาไปฉันนะเดิมมาไปชอยตีนก็เห็นซะนะอุปมาไปชอบมาคือเดอสอเสซีหมอซีเนี่ยมาไปเตอุเตดึกตาเกมาเตสอเพสิทีก็
So there's all kinds of work involved in getting a crop. Much more work than simply going to pick the crop at the end of the season.
มีน้องเดอไปโลอีชอบติมอตโพซีสนะไปมีแรกซีนมาสนะเดอโลตเมนเอาเอ็นเนี่ยกว่าสนะโลตเมซีนมาเอาเอเลยจะวันนั้นเดอฮูเดอกี่เพรีมาฮูเดอจะพักกาชออิเตสอซีซีทีก็
In the next verse, Yeshua says, he says, so one person sows and another person gets to reap.
มีน้องเดอยิชูมันหายโฉดบิเฮงีตมาหมายโฉลูนะมีน้องเกียรติเฮซีนมาอัลโลพรีชอซีเบมิตัวเรซีนเอาตัวเฮว่าอุปติเฮมาฮูเดอเอซีโลจะพิจารณาการเซเวติมอตโพซีซอซีซี
And then look at the next verse, 38. And why don't you try playing that, 38. Can you just play 38?
Yeah.
Cái đó rửa thì hệ mê thưa họ bị nữa đó, đó là xin mê thưa rửa họ của kia. si chen ni be ko ha de bui de tri bin ha.
Oh, that's the next verse.
That's handy. So notice, this is very important what he says here. He says, Yeshua says, I have sent you to pick a crop. You did not sow. You did not work in that garden. I'm just sending you just to pick the crop.
Ni bana kena ma Yeshua no ai show ku je sina hena oda singe si lo mitame na ma sana hu be no me si ma Yeshua be ma de si lo cha phya dwa ka kya seve de ma Timothy posi na me hena ma de singe na ma be no me no si lo jina thoto sana lo me pli me la no to.
In the United States, even in New York State, there are fruit. There is fruit that when it's time to harvest, you have to bring in other people because you have to harvest it quickly while it's just right.
Ni da kula ke si kula do ku si na ma au ma ite da pe New York do ku na ma o ka sana da ite so se o te ma da esi kene area to a lo be e u ne ma sina asi be happy prepare me de ma kene happy prepare to ne ma sana ate be hangi de ne ma pya che lo ke.
In California, where they grow much food, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that come in just to pick the crop.
Ni da do California kuno ko hen esi ma mete asana da esi shot mo to ma o in ne ko he da esi do ku thaki kuno mina ha ona ba esi lo cha phya do ka sa te mo to posi ne ma sana no cho in ne ki esi jo ko mite ma sana da abe phya pre ko.
But that's after most of the work has already been done.
Muna ba esi lo he phya pre ba te me ba na kina ma da lo mite me si lo please me to asi de shot du re si na ma te me lo please class ma a tholo ke ko.
So, in this verse, notice what we learn here. Yeshua says, sometimes it's not clear in English or in Karenni, but he's saying here, I myself have sent you to reap the harvest.
Ni ma ba te atma ku si na mai shope me te he ma sana ra ku ma hina ada pe kulasi kulalangu bi da pe kialangu bi sana ai shope na mai show shi re to he na he na ma hina ma Yeshua na hina o ma ve su he si da ma si lo he phya da lo ve da Timothy posi na ve.
Yeshua is the Lord of the harvest.
Ba da Yeshua na ma ite abe ite me ka shu ma da esi lo phya ka na ba sana. Yeah.
When we talk to someone about Yeshua and about Messi Bleka, when we talk to them, it's not all our job. It's Yeshua, who is the Lord of the harvest.
Ni ba ma kena pe show pe he me tha shu ye de prepare ni ma ba na kena ma da pe ba pe show to asi ma asi ji chom rang ngo ke ne ma sana pe be ten ni hun ad kur ma da pe me lo pe ten ni me pe ten ni to me te ma ni ne ma da ma Yeshua ha mi cha asana pe principle ka ha mi cha.
Maybe we simply plant a little seed.
Ni to me to po ma una pe he asana da pe he show ve ite short how do you see degree.
Maybe we simply add a little bit of water.
Although mình pe he ibe shugi ne ma sana da pe he juve thot ki ke.
Or maybe if someone has done all the other work, if others have done all the other work, maybe we get to talk to somebody that is already to pick.
Ni to mình to bol po ma pe he ibe shugi si pre ne ma sana da ke lumit me si da isho si le si hun class ma ki mi tholo ne he ma to puru ma ke pe ibe shulu ne ma bana ke na ma ba pe lo he me tha chu da si o ba ji chi shu ai shu he cho pa na me ko.
But we are only one small part of that process.
Ni mana da pe ngi na ma pe shu ga ke si se la ngo pe he ne ma sana da sana si sha mo te pose na ma pe he mi no te ki ga sana pe he ite tha the ke ite ari si te kia tu mene pe ite da ite chaluna thar kia hung lo ka
In 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, chapter 3. Here, Kupalu is talking about people that have been reaped, they are believers, and then they need still to be watered so they can grow strong.
ba pon ma ba ku pa lo hen ma hen da kie ma hu da ji tho chom rang si ko he ba ite pe he pya tho lo ate zana ke na smo tu mo ne ma pe he pya tho ke ma so se si ko he ma na ba pe he pya tho ba te ma se na ona pe he be ji po to tha be me to me re ka se me te ma se na ona pe si no ite shot du po shot du to thelo po ko
Tabitha, would you read verse 8?
the kretu
Okay.
redlut ba ka
No, you know what? Instead, read verse 7. It's 1 Corinthians
ana leva
chapter 3.
Kertuai.
ka ku ora redlut ba ko na redlut ka ka itu redlut ba verse 7
Yeah, verse 7.
Karitu arena teba amalu asto
Ay.
tamare pre I leta te klute luina prezuche yinama alodule mato alodule uma prede a ano pecha duja te klui yit kre no.
Nothing is going to happen without God doing the work.
ni ne ma te mai te ma tha te che to ke nei chom re mi tha the to ne ma tha te che to ka
So when we talk to someone, we are just a small part of what God is doing in that person's heart.
me no ada pe me hai be shi ke te preda pe si sho ko li sa lang ne ma ba na ke na ma pe me te me ma pa ti ni ne ko me te ma de lo please ni ma de chom re mi tha the lo du ko he de ma ke te preda si plo ko si na ma chom re mi lo di pa una pe he mi ve te me ma ut ki ka
We're not going to have time to do this. I think we can continue this tonight because we want to talk specifically about different things that we can do to sow or to water.
me no ada ma sana a che bu ko ma na sara ma si sho pe sana cha mo he pa ke ma de pe ngi na ma sana de pe lo he ju tha ma ju he mi pe he mi te ko sana pe ju shi lu ma ju shi lu ma le to ju pe te shi lu ma re to ho klo si ko sana de pe ngi na ma pe meta to re ma hu te klo te sra si sho ko
Depending on the person we're talking to, what we get to share will depend upon the person.
và đó anh lục bị xem nó đó mà bắp bể bị sự kiện thì nó có hay mình thấy mà thế thì xin mà sana bể show xin mà à xin nhiều tổ hun class xin mà sana đó bên như nào mà bể xin nhiều rồi có đó kia mà hút tiệc lót tem nó sana bể xóa ra ta tổ sana đó xin nhiều nhiều
When we talk to someone, it may be only a small thing that we get the opportunity to share, and that's okay.
nên đó tôi muốn mà đó bị lỗi bị sửa mà kia thì này mà ona out blue bất tất mà nị vậy con
The important thing that I wanted to bring this morning is that it's a job that many people are involved in, people that came before you, people that will come after you, and Yeshua is directing everything.
Mà the srai si chope at nan mai te ne ma no sulan ma sana the lo ma chom re mit me hu da asi no thwa ke pre da Yeshua kripu ne ma asana the athu ne ne go ha mi te ma the pe he be shu ma ke he be shu thwa te he o to ba da pe be shu thwa asi ma cha atho pe la to go ha ke o dang ni ma be he be shu ba pa o pa hu no klo sin lo pli kia te prenye lo ji chom reng ngo sin ma da u pre mit me sin ma o in ne ko mana da Yeshua ma meta lo asana hu da me su he te pre ne te pre ba